VAR. I'm sure there will be a common hitting point. This is what Mike Reilly, he came up with a statement before the season started. What he said is that they have implemented a higher threshold for fouls to win a penalty and offsides next season, which is this season, in order to create a more free-flowing game. The officials will push back on a more forensic approach to decision making, meaning fewer penalties and fouls will be awarded for minimal contact. So I said minimal contacts, while the implementation of thicker lines for offside calls will aim to re-establish the benefit of doubt for forwards. So this is what Mike Reilly came out before the season started. And we have seen a few challenges happening, which again are very subjective in terms of rugby or non-rugby, minimal contact, harsh contact, big contact. Do you think we are still debating VAR and referees?
I mean, the one critical point which VAR fails to address, and it is very subjective, is basically it says, like when there is a goal, they check foul leading up to the goal for fouls, right? VAR checks that. But how much do you go back to check that foul? That's very subjective. Like how?
That's one. That's a good point. That's one. But
I mean,
what
like
is the
yesterday, if you have seen, that's what I say for minimal contact. Do you think? I mean, like in the Cesar Azpilicueta foul on whoever the Southampton player was. I mean, that wasn't really a foul in terms of leading up to the goal, because the play had already happened after the cross, and then there was a new play which started when Hudson-Odoi crossed the ball, took the ball and crossed it. The play ended. The play ended first. The first set of play ended, and in terms of data analytics, we go as far as like 5 or 6 seconds in terms of fouls or in terms of a play. So, first of all, in terms of refereeing, they need to agree on what they will define as a play or whatever it is. And first of all, they need to just get Anthony Taylor and Mike Dean out of there.
I was actually surprised they ruled off the goal yesterday, because I thought it was a goal, definitely.
It was a goal.
The only problem with VAR is, I think, consistency, because there are different officials every time and everybody has the other thinking process. So not the Premier League, but we go to the UCL, the Aaron Van Bissaka tackle and then the Kevin De Bruyne tackle, both very similar. But I was sure that Kevin De Bruyne was not going to get a red card because he went for the ball and all that. Not because he's a City player, of course. He went for the ball, and so it is a contact sport, football. So sometimes it happens. Bissaka one was red, but was very similar. So just the consistency of the referees, that's, I think, the main problem with VAR right now. It is way better than last season, though. I'll be honest. The offsides and all. Last season, it was a 1, 2, 3.
Handball. Handball itself.
Handball too, handball too. So this is better this season. Should we improve even more, though?
I mean, what I personally feel, and we had a discussion before as well, Prashant, relating to this, that VAR should leave football aside to the referees to decide on field, and we should implement challenges like they do in tennis, like each team has one challenge every half. If you feel that there is a decision against you, you challenge it, and if you are right, you get a second challenge as well. I just think that they need to make this process transparent, because in NFL, in rugby, you basically get to hear what the third umpire or the referee is communicating with the on-field referee. This is where I think like VAR is lacking. It would just basically help people to understand what is being implemented
behind it.
I think one of those reasons is stadiums some of stadiums don't have screens. I know Old Trafford doesn't have a screen like for example, Tottenham Hotspur Stadium has. So crowd doesn't get to know in certain stadiums for that reason. And I actually agree with Sarthak here with the whole VAR and challenges, because it's not helping the game at all. It's making it slow. There's no communication. They are still making mistakes after watching it again and again and again. There still is controversy. It used to happen before as well. There still used to be some controversies. I think goal line technology is good because that's the most important part of the game. Offside, yes, they're getting better, but challenges, they're still making errors. People still are not aware of the handball, which is subjective. So, 3 years it's been, I think VAR was implemented.
That's exactly the point. Yeah.
So, I don't know what's
Football
happening
was
here.
better without VAR, to be
Yeah,
very
They
honest.
all
agreed,
agree to that.
agreed.
But the players are reluctant to celebrate as well, as we saw yesterday. Yerry Mina scored. Thankfully
Yeah.
for the
Yeah.
VAR, it was ruled out. But he was dancing, and other players were looking at was it offside or not. So it's all a bit messed
It's
up at
killed
the
up.
moment.
It's killed those celebrations. Yep.
But even
Yeah.
the fourth officials are a bit reluctant to raise the flag up these days. So they wanted to go to the VAR as well. So it will take a bit of time, I think, to.
Like a very good colleague of mine, he writes academic articles and books on abuses of referees, and then I see Anthony Taylor and Mike Dean, and I'm like, this is the exact reason why they should be abused.
But you can also add Martin Atkinson to that,
Oh, you start taking names. That's the entire
Let's-
English contingent.
I think they're humans. Players make mistakes. Referees make mistakes.
Yeah. But I think what they have, just to summarize, right? I think what they have done is good, much better than last season. I think
Yeah.
last season was horrible. I think Tottenham, especially, I forget, was it Dyer? Yep, I think it was Dyer who had a handball.
It's
The very
Newcastle,
first
yeah,
or
Andy
second.
Carroll. Andy Carroll. had a
Andy
close
Carroll, exactly. I think was very unlucky. But so this season has been way better.